looking into Area 51, and this name Bob Lazaar keeps coming up. And we understand you were friends with him. Is that correct?
Yes, I met Bob in 1988, summer of 1988. Took us out to see one of the flying saucers fly. As a matter of fact, made a little chart here. Right, that little spot there was where we parked the motorhome.
Wait. You took a motorhome to go watch a flying saucer?
Right.
With Bob Lazaar?
With Bob.
Wow.
They set up my telescope, my Celestron telescope. We were approximately in this position, and we looked over the mountains and saw this saucer come up and went to the left, to the right.
And this happens?
Every day.
John Lear is a humble and unassuming guy, so let me do a little bragging for him. He's quite simply one of the most accomplished pilots in United States history. He's flown 150 types of aircraft. He's the only pilot ever to earn every airman certificate issued by the FAA. He held 18 world speed records, and he flew missions for the CIA. By the way, his dad, Bill Lear, he invented something called the Lear jet. So when it comes to air travel, there are few people on Earth with more knowledge or experience than John Lear.
Let's say for a minute that there are flying saucers and there are aliens up there in Area 51. What are they doing with them?
The aliens give us technology, and we use that technology.
Are we reverse engineering their craft so we can figure out how to make them?
That's right. We tried to reverse engineer it, but, you know, it's millions of years ahead of us.
So do you think your dad's company was involved in some of the reverse engineering from the alien craft?
Absolutely, positively. As a matter of fact, the first company he had was Motorola, and then my dad formed his own company, became Lear Incorporated. He was very involved in all of this that was going on and went on to different projects.
Okay, time out. If what John Lear says is true, then we have an answer. Why would the government want to deny that aliens exist or that we've had contact? One reason. Because the government itself is actually borrowing from alien technology. And before you roll your eyes, think for a second of the historical context. We're in a quickly escalating Cold War, one that's being fought with espionage, science, and futuristic weapons. At a time like that, you're telling me that we wouldn't do anything to maintain a technological edge over our enemies? And here's what we know for sure. In July 1947, something lands in Roswell, New Mexico, and is quickly whisked away by the military. Just 3 months later, Chuck Yeager achieves something that scientists previously believed impossible. He breaks the sound barrier. That's about 771 miles an hour. Now, John Lear is claiming that his dad had contact with aliens and created his first mobile phone in the 1940s. This was before color television, wheels on suitcases, and in an age when doctors still believed that cigarettes were good for you. By 1969, Motorola made a giant leap forward, as in one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. Neil Armstrong phoned home using a Motorola, which just happened to work in space. Can you hear me now?
John, a lot of people that we've talked to that have this security clearance up there have taken it very seriously, and they will not tell us things they've seen. Why did Bob Lazaar breach that, so to speak?
Because he felt that the public needed to know what was going on, how there could be something so big that affects all of us be kept secret.
Ready for one more fascinating footnote? You know what happened to Bob Lazaar after his so-called encounters with aliens? He started a company called United Nuclear. They're an amateur scientific supply company that sells items such as radioactive ore, supermagnets, and aerogel, the lightest and lowest density solid ever known to man. This stuff is so light, it's only 3 times heavier than air, but it can support 1,000 times its weight, and its melting point is 2,200 degrees. I know it sounds wacky, but you have to admit, the people who claim to have had contact with aliens also seem to keep suddenly coming up with material and technologies that the Earth has never seen.
How can they possibly keep this secret for so long?
They're very good at keeping a secret. They've been into it, you know, way before Roswell. They've got it so well covered up that until they're ready to release anything, nothing's going to come out. You have no idea what you don't know.